So last area for our discussion. I know one of the things that's been top of mind for you recently, that's top of mind for a lot of leaders, is this balance of bringing folks back to the office, allowing them flexibility to work remotely, hybrid. How in kind of, you're thinking about a couple good strategies that you've been using and thinking through at Emory. How have you approached that challenge with your folks? What are some of the policies you've put in place or options you've provided folks to help them still stay connected, but also meet some of their outside personal needs that have kind of emerged over the last couple of years?
Yeah, it's hard, right? Because now we're talking about this social construct related to engagement and where do we do our work, and with an understanding that institutions invest in physical space that they want people to be in, right? And so the pandemic quickly shifted the way that we had to operate, but it was so uncomfortable for people paying hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars on physical space that no one was using. It's hard. That's hard. From a planning standpoint, it's hard. But then there's this other element. Good thing I'm an epidemiologist. That might help some. But I think there's this other element that people were also scared of engagement, right? And they wanted a work environment that was conducive, that made them feel safe and secure. We should do that, right? I've always had a policy. I want people to be happy coming to work, and I want them to be happy when they leave. I really want that. I know it sounds so Disney-ish, but I really want people to come in happy, do great work, go home, decompress, love their families, and then be recharged for the next day. I just really want that because I think we get the best outcomes as a result. So when I think about what we had to go through, our institutions, the national institutions had a deep culture of being physically available, going into workspaces and offices to carry out the work. And the question that they asked was, if people are not here, how do we know they're working? My answer to that has always been, when I'm in my office working, I don't even know who's here. Even if they say they're here, I don't know. I'm not walking by everyone's office. Are you working right now? Are you working? What you doing? That's not my thing. I don't have time to do that. No one has time to do that. This is not the industry where you need to micromanage team members who you're trying to promote innovation and problem solving. You need to let them work. And so we issued a bunch of surveys, engagement surveys related to preferences. And we heard from people, they wanted to stay virtual. And it was hard to let people take office equipment home, right? Set up a workspace at home. This is what I told people. And it was maybe it was a bit provocative for where we were culturally. I said, look, anything in your work office that you need at home that doesn't require you to hire movers to come move to your home environment, you could take it with you, right?
Yeah.
You can take your chair. I don't care. You could take whatever it is in your office to help you be effective. What I learned over time is this. And it's hard to say from a human capital approach, but I'll say it because it's the truth. When people don't have to commute and they have their own home environment, they actually produce a lot more work for institutions. The thing that scared me the most, which is the opposite of the question, is if I had everybody come back, how much productivity am I going to lose? Not what we thought initially. Right. And so what I have found and what I explain to individuals is that really in-person work, unless you have a frontline face of engaging with folks, in-person work for the sake of in-person work is truly inefficient. It's inefficient. But there are times when it's necessary. The byproduct of us being efficient at home is that we also become disconnected from the community that makes your unit or the institution what it is, right? And so now you need to be intentional about offering, inviting, framing when and how people come back. And oftentimes team members will ask me, well, am I going to make that event or that activity mandatory? I said, no, I want people to want to come. If I'm throwing a celebration, I want them to want to come. But the truth is that if we start using the old way of management, right? From in the textbooks from the 60s and 70s, where the philosophy is that individuals are widgets and they're disposable, right? That's a certain management style. If we go back to thinking like that, where we have to exert leadership to tell people what to do, we're losing as a leader. People should want to. So what I've done is tell people that they should use professional autonomy.